There wasn't much happening out this way in the early 1970s. Sandestin had just broken ground nearby, but otherwise this 300-acre property was pretty much smack dab in the middle of nowhere. Fast forward nearly 50 years, and today, Seascape finds herself in the heart of everything. Located in the far southwest corner of Walton County, Florida, people often confuse this area with Destin, which is actually one county over. Seascape was founded in 1975 by a land developer out of Atlanta. The current owners purchased the property in 1983, and they've owned it ever since. Seascape is a true resort. A golf resort, a tennis resort, a beach resort. It's home to over 1,300 residential condominiums with enough amenities to suit just about every age, interest, and taste. For oyster fans, it really doesn't get much better or much more authentic than the trays of baked, grilled, and raw oysters you'll find at Acme Oyster House. The original Acme was born in 1910 on Royal Street in New Orleans' famous French Quarter. Think of this Acme location as her coastal cousin. There's a hidden haunt on property too, located on the ground level of one of Seascape's condo towers. A local's favorite, Cabana Cafe features regular live music, a casual coastal menu, and enough spirits to lift any spirit. Seascape is a golfer's paradise. Her par 70, 6,100-yard championship course features 18 lush fairways that wind their way through pine forests and around tranquil lakes. Indeed, 15 of the 18 holes boast challenging water features. There are more than a dozen man-made lakes on property. These lakes look so natural that locals once sought to protect the largest lake, Stewart Lake, as a rare coastal dune lake worthy of added environmental protection. But after digging into it, no pun intended, they discovered that Stewart Lake wasn't a coastal dune lake after all. It was what they call a borrow pit. That's a place where the developers dug up dirt to use for the golf course and other construction needs. So although Stewart Lake isn't a rare coastal dune lake after all, it sure is pretty. Seascape is also home to 6 clay tennis courts, the decades-long domain of tennis pro Fernando Grady-White. Fernando migrated to the United States from Chile in the 1970s. He attended the University of Alabama on a tennis scholarship before landing here at the beach in the 1980s.
So the first day was very quiet, and we thought that what a perfect challenge. We really wanted to actually build something. Being such a nice place, it looked like a good fit for us. And now, as you can see, after so many years, obviously shows that it has been. We all know the Florida Panhandle grows on you tremendously. When we first came, believe it or not, I rode a bicycle on Highway 98, on the big Highway 98, onto Destin when they had just finished building it. Sometimes when people tell me, ask me, they say, oh, I've been here for 10 years, so you don't have any idea how it's changed. And I'm like, I think I have seen it, so I'm not surprised.
Fernando raised a family here, growing up right alongside this beautiful property. His daughter, Alexa, played tennis on these courts ever since she was a little girl.
When she was about 8 years old, I was trying to motivate her to keep the ball going. And I remember we went to the outlets and she said, Dad, do you think if I can hit the ball over the net 50 times like you want me to, you can buy me a skirt that I saw? So I said, wonderful. So the next day she showed up when I was giving a lesson and she said, Dad, I need to talk to you. If you buy me a top that goes with the skirt, I can do it 100 times over. And she did in about 10 minutes. 2 weekends after that, she played a tournament and she beat the girls love and love, which is 6-0, 6-0. Both of the girls and the parents and the coach there was like, what did she do? And I'm like, practice, So from there on, it always has been, you almost have to put a little bit of a carrot in front of her, and And I think till this day, in a professional level, she puts her own carrots in front.
When Alexa attended the University of Alabama in her father's footsteps, she broke just about every tennis record Bama ever had. Today, she's ranked 15th in the world in doubles. But no matter how world-class the tennis courts are, or how lush the greens are, or how fabulous the dining and shopping is, or how fun the events at Seascape are, there's one amenity that always dominates the conversation: the beach. Seascape owns over 2,000 feet of blindingly white shoreline along Old Highway 98, and for many, this is their very favorite stretch of white sand in the world. A bike ride or stroll in either direction will lead you to countless bars, restaurants, and shops. But why go anywhere when you have the iconic Whale's Tail right out your sandy back door? The Whale's Tail is the kind of place you can't build anymore. Grandfathered in long before setbacks became a thing. She stood strong against decades of hurricanes, but ironically burned down in 2010 on a regular Sunday afternoon. The community was quick to rebuild their beloved beach hangout. Volleyball, cornhole, crab claws, cocktails. This is a beach bar. This is a real beach bar. But if it's too much beach buzz for your liking, there's a tiny tiki hut just down the way. It's not always open, but if it is, grab a nice cold pina colada, sit back, watch the waves, count your blessings, and watch the kids grow up.